So we have Democrat corruption and insider grift, from Nancy Pelosi's fortune to Sheldon Whitehouse's shady NGO deals. Democrats keep getting richer through public service. So I was actually kind of surprised that New York Post posted this. So she made $130 million in stock profits throughout her career, you guys. Which is so funny because when Democrats like her become millionaires and even sometimes billionaires, I never see any of the Democrats calling out the corruption, any of the socialists being like, wow, that's a lot of money. You should disperse it to people, because that's what you claim, that you guys want to do. The eat the rich crowd, all these people are evil. It's so funny. They're always completely silent. And I'm like, let's be real. Out of everyone in Congress, I think she's probably made the most money, but I've never heard a Democrat mention her negatively. Good Photoshop. They did a really good job on that. Looks really good. A return of 17,000%. That's not even a real return. That's insane. Good for her. And so she became very rich during her time. I'm just wondering, did she make anyone else rich? Is there a lot of people she financially benefited from, or is it just her? I think it's just her. We have a shady investment history explained.
Pelosi reportedly raking in more than $130 million in profits from trading stocks during her 37 years in Congress. That's according to a new report by the New York Post. The former House Speaker saw a whopping return of nearly 17,000% while in office, outperforming the Dow.
So laughing in the background on the news.
In 1987, a financial forum showed California Democrat and her husband reporting up to $785,000 worth of stocks in their portfolio. The report comes days after the announced she won't be seeking re-election.
This is the kind of stuff that makes.
Why would she want re-election? How much more does she need to make more money? She's 400 years old. She's been, working for 37 years. So she went in. I mean, was that how much she was worth when she went in? Like close to 700. Okay, so she was still worth almost $1 million. That's not a crazy amount, but that's pretty good. And, it was 4,000 years ago. So back then that was probably a lot. And now she's worth over 100. But you have to realize, this is the money that we can see. Think about how much dark money there is that we don't know. Like, dude, when you see people's net worths, first of all, even Forbes and all that, you're not seeing the actual richest people. You're seeing celebrities, business people, people that are public. The really wealthy people that can kill you and get away with it, they're not on all those lists. That's crazy money. But it's like, think about how much money, she's allowed to kind of not talk about. Like, that's just a rough estimate of what she's worth. So I don't know. I don't see any Democrats upset about this. I mean, talk about she supports socialists. She should disperse that $130 million. So we have Senator Sheldon Whitehouse funneled $14 million into taxpayer funds to Ocean Conservancy, where his wife earned $2.7 million. This is all these people. We have Gavin Newsom, who does it with his wife. We have Ilhan Omar, who does it with her husband, brother, whatever he is. You'll see these people make tons of money, and they funnel it through whoever they're with, their husbands, their wives, their work, whatever it is. $2.7 million. It's pretty good. Yeah, that's a good amount of money. I'm not shocked. None of this shocks me. How many people go into politics at this point in time because they're a good person and they really want to change the country? And they're not making, that's the thing. Of course, all these people are corrupt because they're just taking the money and there's so much in it. Look at California. Everyone's corrupt because everyone's hand is in the little money pot. And then it's like, well, if you're a good person, you go into politics, they're just going to destroy your life. They're just going to bring up your past, cheating scandals, all this stuff. I mean, it's not even worth it. If you try to do the right thing, you're not going to be able to make tons of, millions of dollars conserving the ocean or whatever they say that they're doing. They've done nothing. We have a comparison between Warren Buffett and Nancy Pelosi's net worth, which is, Warren Buffett's the man. That's the thing. You know what I mean? So she outperformed him, and all the, trading markets, 720%. His grew by 185. Okay. She had 4 times the gains. It's good. These are good numbers for her. And he's known as one of the greatest portfolio managers of all time. And yet somehow she was much, much better than him, right? Smarter, better, Just a real businesswoman. Yeah, insane. I don't understand. Everyone's so obsessed with like Trump and everything he does and all of his businesses and insider trading and all this stuff. But she's like, we just blatantly turned a blind eye to her. Like, how she's not in jail, I don't know. Dude, look what they did to Martha Stewart. If you haven't watched her documentary on Netflix, it's amazing. I mean, they really her over like royally. And she didn't even do anything wrong. I mean, there was like what, maybe slightly a tip and she acted on it, and I think she ended up like owing them like $40,000, but they took everything from her and ruined her, put her in jail, ruined her image, like all that stuff. And I'm like, okay, so that's how she was treated, and then this is for some reason totally acceptable. I mean, you have Nancy Pelosi, stock trader, which literally just shows what she's trading so you can copy it and try and make some money, but it's like, this isn't possible. First of all, she's a woman, so do I think that she's capable of this? No. And she, like, so it's just not possible. So it's like, why is it that, you know, if you run a stop sign, you're going to have consequences, but she can get away with this and have hundreds of millions of dollars. And I don't see any of the Democrat socialists upset about this. I only see Republicans talking about this, you know, so it's eat the rich and disperse the wealth, unless it's, you know, this dinosaur's wealth. We have election fraud and illegals in office. Across the country, voters and watchdogs are exposing irregularities and shocking admissions from politicians who shouldn't even hold office. Not that I'm surprised by any of this. We have New Jersey race under fire. 500,000 new voters appeared, doubling the state's population growth. So you're going to see a lot of this coming up because our elections are, there is so much fraud in them. It's genuinely unbelievable. Anyone just without a bias can see that. So conservatives are now pointing to the inconsistencies in the New Jersey race after 500,000 new voters appeared from 21 to 2025, more than double the state's population. Yeah, that seems that seems not, you know, we've been talking about this race for a while. This woman is nuts. She's like an anti-Trump, crazy. She's like, you know, all she's worried about is like, you know, transing the children, 16-year-olds getting abortions, because like apparently under the Trump administration, she thinks that's the number one thing that's going to happen to young women. And then you have a totally normal guy, New Jersey, businessman, all this stuff. And you're telling me that the people who didn't even vote before, all of a sudden, 500,000 of them were like, yeah, we got to get behind this woman who is literally nuts, who has a horrible track record. It doesn't check out, okay? You look at the fraud, even with illegals, whatever they're doing, none of that checks out. It makes no sense. So, of course, we're going to investigate this. I'm sure we'll be stopped along the way, as we always are.